Live morning routine, day number 12. This is our second day of our second session together. We take a break every 10th day, so then the clock kind of resets, but we still just call the number because it's nice to have a big chain of events that lets us see how long we've been going with our routine. I should probably talk closer to this microphone, that I'm not going to hide the fact that this is here. We are trying everything we can to increase the quality of the show. If you could, please, if you're in the chat, tell me if this is coming through any clearer, and we will keep going forward with this. We're in here a little bit early to check on some technical issues, see what we can do to improve what we're doing. Yeah, so that's that. No one's in yet. All right. Well, I can check it on the laptop.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because we don't get the eyes of Sauron here.
Sauron! His eyes!
Becca has jumped in.
Hey, Becca, how are you? I'm not hearing anything. My volume might be down, though. My volume is down.
You said it's super clear, so even you can't hear anything.
I'm not hearing anything. Oh, yeah, that's way better. If I want to do music, I guess I'll do music through the phone. YouTube.
Christian Jimenez
Chill.
is watching.
Morning. Hey, Kristen. Good to see you again. Yeah, so I think this microphone setup might actually work.
Wendy has jumped in.
Hey, Wendy.
She's barely awake.
You are barely awake. We can start with some relaxing morning jazz. Brought to you by State Farm. It's okay. Skip ads. Here we are. Yeah, sure. Now it's very Mr. Rogers. Who we got? Wow, it's so Mr. Rogers. Hi, neighbors. How are you today? Are you good?
Josh Lucas has jumped in.
I'm good. Have you ever had it? I'm kidding. We're not going to go that far down the rabbit hole today. But we will be starting our whole video in 5 minutes. Victoria, yeah! Can you guys hear my morning jazz? Please be sure to invite your friends. We're gonna get started soon. I'm just clicking invite button for everybody because I love everybody. Jane, Becca. Becca's already here. Frank. I miss Frank. Frank, you gotta get back into this, bro. I'm just clicking invites. I want lots of friends. I want to share this with the world. Who's ever up at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday? Because we don't really even have Tuesdays anymore. Alright. Oh, speaking of which, we'll get started in just a second. Might trim this one down, but we'll see. Alright, everybody. It's 9 o'clock. Hi, welcome to the SAGA Live morning routine show. Again, this is morning number 12, which means it's the second day of the second session. The way that I decided to plan this out is that we would go for 9 days in a row together, take the 10th day off to reset, and then start again as a community. It's a fun, different type of practice because it makes the day that we take off a little unpredictable, which is the opposite of what you would want for a morning routine, probably. But what that means is that we put the ball in your court, and you end up having to make your own choice about how you would like to grow. Oh, I just thought that would be a fun different way to do it rather than being like, we're taking every Sunday off. So now you don't really have a way of predicting when you get your day off from me. I'm so cruel.
That's madness. Lennox says you remembered your hair gel today.
Yes, I did. The most important part of this production is my hair gel. Without that, I look like I live in a basement. Which I do, sort of. All right. Let's get our morning routine started with a little bit of the mind setting. We're going to go through today faster and faster as a residuals check. I don't want to show anybody that right now. We want to go through a little bit faster and faster than we've been going through. Hi, Asha. Nice to see you. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to write down the date. If you'd like, you can, of course, check in and say hi. If you'd like to, this would be super helpful for us, is if you could share this on your personal timeline. I'm going to do that right now and see if any of my friends want to join us. Feeling good about today. Join us for our morning routine, workout, and community coffee session. All right. Show on. And post. I've been really happy about how this has been growing. If you haven't noticed, also, we've been updating the set a bit. Brett can give us a little bit of a pan. We've got our swords on the wall. I'm trying to fake out the cameraman. We got our swords on the wall. We got a microphone, and then we've started to paint the wall with brick color. That's brick color paint that we've painted the wall with. It's legitimately, it comes in a can, and you just paint it, and it makes brick shapes on wooden surfaces. Anyways, I'm a little bit goofy this morning, I'm sorry. Today's date is Tuesday, March 31st. We're almost done with March. Anybody remember when January wouldn't end? And February just didn't happen? Now March is like the bane of our existence. Daily habit is our morning routine. I'm able to check this off at least 12 days in a row now. I'm grateful for how awesome the set has become. We're really loving it. Awesome the set has become.
Caitlin Sell has jumped in.
Hi, Caitlin.
Josh has said good morning.
Hi, Josh. Good morning. We got an angry face for probably the paint. I'm grateful for projects. I have lots of projects to work on. I'm terminally behind on what I need to get done. So projects keep me busy, keep me sane. And I'm going to be really cheesy today. I'm really grateful for the community. Some mornings I really don't want to get out of bed. And then I think about this show and I think, oh, I really don't want to do that today. Why would I want to spend time with those people? And then I think, oh, right, because it's nice. So here we are with the community. My affirmation, I can be a hero who inspires others with a smile. It's nice to smile more. It's been nice to just kind of start changing my face just a little bit. Everybody always sees me with these ridiculous smiles and big pictures and everything, but
Adriana has jumped in now.
Pretty sure I usually walk around with like resting meh face. All right, we got everybody in here. It's 9:05. I'd really love to just get right into the top-down check-in. I've got my coffee. We've got the room set up. We've got a microphone that'll hopefully reduce some of the echo on the video. I can just turn it a little bit this way from when we go over here to do the top-down check-in. We're going to take the top-down check-in a little bit further today. We're going to do everything that we've been doing. It's not going to change overall. But now it's also going to become a top-down check-in and flow. So any of the ground movements that you've done, any of the rolling or tumbling or anything like the S-sit, anything that you like, that you feel starts waking up your body even more, now it's time to add at the end of that top-down check-in that physical exploration from those techniques that we've been doing. You can do them at random, you can do them based on intent and intuition, or you can set up a pattern for yourself if you prefer. I just usually go with it. Again, we're going to try and make this take only about 5 minutes. If you are ever doing this on your own, please feel free to do it for as long as you like. It's all about getting connected to your body first thing in the morning. Here we go. Top down check-in. Top down check-in. Check-in. I'm just waiting to see what the framing is. All right, Brett's doing the awesome trucking and dolly moves today. I'm going to start moving my head around in a circle. However I need to. Fixing up that old neck injury that happened when I woke up. Woke up with a neck injury. It's been getting a little bit better. Oh, Brett, that's a great shot. No one can even see that that's a door. Isolate and connect. However you need to. Shoulders when you're ready. Again, whatever moves work best for you. I like my crunch and pull. Oh, I needed this. Arms whenever you're ready. Big repulsor blasts. You can do them in the front too. You can do them in the back if you can stretch that far. Alternating hugs like Dr. Brian Stoops says. I got this from a Kung Fu style called Tongbei, which means backhand, if I remember correctly.
Yvette is watching.
Hey Yvette! Lovely to see you. Is that Yvette M.N.?
Yes.
That's a friend of mine from high school.
I mean, I was going to butcher that last name. I probably butchered the first name.
I mean, Yvette's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, friend from high school. We did like theater-y sort of stuff together, but we were in different high schools. All right. It's so nice to see people from my past seeing me now as a crazy basement celebrity. Although I'm not really a celebrity yet. I've only got like 10 people at the most. We'd love to get it up to 50. Oh, can everybody hear my smooth jazz? It's not really smooth. This is different. Hips when you're ready to go. Circle it around, best as you can. Bring it around town, and then bend. Little air squats, but again, with more of a deadlift butt. We don't want to just start here when we still have to work out the hip hinge. All right, now I'm going to definitely do my squats. So the difference is between, at least in my opinion, a squat and a deadlift. The easiest way to communicate it is in a deadlift, the tailbone is back. In a squat, the tailbone is down. Don't even think about the flatness of the back. That's just too confusing for a lot of people. Just think about the direction that you're going. One's lateral and one is vertical, horizontal, vertical, like our T-raises that we'll do later. You will keep up, I promise. Knees are good, little knee bends. Deep knee bends. All right. Ankles, however you want. You can either do the pushing like we talked about, or you can alternate back and forth. But really feel that weight shift. If you want to be an athletic fighter, doing a little bit of footwork every morning to wake up is really good. Bouncing around a little bit. We're going to go into our flow, whatever works for you. All right, for me, I like to drop down. Go into my S-sit and push. And I'm just making this up as I go along. So crawl around on the floor. Engage with your arms and your back. Feel that whole chain that we've been working on developing. Start firing every little muscle group as best as you can. Yeah, I might be doing some of that sort of semi-capoeira stuff, and you're like, Dylan, this is supposed to be a warm-up. And I will tell you, I just love rolling around on the floor. If I've got a mat, I might just roll.
Jamie Hargrove has joined in.
Hey Jamie, nice to see you. Met Jamie working on Blue Bloods. I had to whisper creepy things in her ear. Alright, we're just moving around. How much time we got left for this, Brett?
You're over by a minute.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Top-down check-in is mostly complete. Our body is awake. Let's move on. So today, we're going to go through 2 of the Tai Chi moves from the 5-organ spirit enlivening form. Please do not be turned off by that name. It is just a traditional name. It does mean what it says. It is about waking up the body through an energetic manipulation of the organs. But more importantly than that, to me, what this form is about is developing a sense of total body awareness, a strong sense of balance from a standing posture, and the ability to increase your relaxation by timing the movements with your breath. So for once, I actually did 3 things. I'm also doing like the Inglourious Bastards 3. We say 3, you say 3. This is fun because what it does is that if you practice this Qigong set sort of over time, and you start increasing your training of getting your breath and this slow motion sort of feeling, this expansion contraction into your other moves, especially if you want to be a choreography performer and you need to practice the choreography slow with a partner and you need to know every little detail over time rather than just point A, point B, it's going to help you. It's helped me a ton as a fight performer. It's one of the reasons why I have a very punchable, goofy face. I'm very good at timing my reactions because I can kind of like control the rate at which I react. As opposed to just, you know. All right. Move number 1. No one's bothered by my smooth jazz today, are they?
Doesn't seem like.
All right. Move number 1. As soon as the camera gets here, we'll start. Now, a very brief disclaimer. There are some traditional things that I could do to set up this set that would pay a little bit more, the honor to what it would be traditionally. However, we have a short show. We are trying to make this show even shorter, just so that everybody can get done and start their day. So I'm not going to do the opening sort of salutation stuff to this. Just consider that if you ever want to learn this full set in some way, we'll do like a private tutorial video or we'll do an in-depth tutorial video as long as I get permission from my teachers. Feet shoulder width apart. Just start there. Feet should be evenly weighted, so not to one side or the other. The first move is called Sen Chi to 4 limbs. Just think about it as breathing in as you sink. Your arms are mimicking your lungs, filling up with air. So as I bend my knees supplely, I breathe in, and then when I get to the bottom, I breathe out. And watch how I'm trying to keep my back straight. I breathe in, and I breathe out. And remember to keep the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Most of the breathing will be done through the nostrils, through the nose for this exercise set. So we're going to do this move 4 times, and then we're going to move on to the second move. Do your best to just follow along with me. Again, the depth of your squat is dependent on your flexibility. Feet should be pointed forward as best as possible. Ankles are part of what you're stretching through. You're working on developing your ground sensitivity and your root. It's one of the reasons why I haven't gone through life with a bunch of twisted ankles, even though my career involves twisting ankles. All right, from standing, tongue to the roof of your mouth, breathe in and sink. And rise. 1. Breathe in. 2. Gentle smile. I was told a gentle smile helps, and that actually helps me a lot. 3. And 1 more. end of the song. So that's kind of All right, you did your 4. Now we're going to go into one more move. This one is called Stork Exercises Leg. I always thought it was Stork Exercises Knee. I kind of like both. So for people out there like Matt Neslanik that might have a knee injury, this one is really good. This is going to work your stability on a single leg, but also work your ability to hold that leg and start letting go of tension, again, timing it with the breath. I absolutely recommend this one if you have any leg injuries. Just, again, take it slow and build up. So, Stork Exercises Leg. We're going to start with our feet apart. We're going to step one way or the other. I don't care which direction you step. I'm probably going to step to... No, I'm not going to step. I'm going to bring in one leg. I apologize. I'm going to bring in my right leg, touch my foot to my foot, and touch my hand to my knee. My other hand touches my hip. Slight bend, push up, rise. If you've been doing those Savate holds, this part should be pretty easy at this point. Extend the foot forward, and then bring the toes down, brushing the ground, kind of like our brush floors, and rise it up for 1. Circle it again for 2. And circle it again for 3. And on 3, the squishing mat is not helping.
Matt, of course, that's watching.
Back out. Hi, Matt. Nice to see you. Back out to shoulder width. When we go to the other side, we sink into this leg. Bring this leg to this leg. Bring them together. Rise for 1. It's 3 circles each time. 1, 2, on the squishy mat. 3, I'm really working on my ankle. And step out. Coming together. The other side. So we just start cycling through this. 1, 2, 3. As slow as you feel comfortable. You don't even have to keep up with me. If you need to, you can put more weight into the ground to catch your balance. It's totally okay. You should be training to at least skim the ground. Step back out to shoulder width. So we just did 4 reps, but that's really 2 reps because it's twice each side. And we want to always think that we're going to do these Tai Chi sets with a sense of balance. I'm going to step off the floor, or off the mat, so that you can see my feet just a little bit better and so that I'm a little bit less squishy. I'll actually turn this way so that I'm talking into the microphone. And thank you, Firefox, for telling me something, but I actually need to watch this feed.
Jewel has jumped in, and Becca is asking, is the support leg bent?
It actually flexes. So I'm going to do it from this side for the next 2 reps. Again, this is more the technique tutorial, so just do your best to get through it. Try and keep your posture strong, bracing your core and breathing in and relaxing so that you're not losing your balance with the wibbly wobbly up here. You're trying to set this grounding here. Let's say that this is the knee that's going to start doing the circle and that this is the bent one for the purpose of this shot. I'm going to bring it in, raise it up. Notice how my toes kind of point down, they're relaxed. As I reach it forward, I slightly present the heel, and then I brush the floor. And what you'll notice is, this is at least how I do it. I think I was instructed differently, but I like doing it this way. I'm kind of pedestaling with that root leg. It's bending as I come up and down. And then on the last rep, which is always the 3rd rep, I step out to shoulder width. I just went longer so that you could see the technique. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to switch which leg is the root leg so that I can answer Becca's question. Again, I believe I was taught to keep the root leg posted all the way through, but I personally, and this is just what I want to do, so if I'm breaking tradition, I apologize for me, but I like having it bend a little bit with the motion, especially if you're new to this, because then you're actually training to create that balance with both legs. So let's go back down to the legs. Now I'm going to use this leg as the root leg so everyone can see what I'm trying to do. I'm going to put my hand on this thigh. I'm going to put this hand on this knee, just touching it, just to make that connection. The foot comes in. I sink down. This is one of the reasons why I think that you circle like this. And then I rise up, my toes are still pointing down. They come up, I point the heel a little bit, and I'm using the lowering of this leg to help with that floor brush. So you'll see that it's kind of two circles. I'm balancing here, but I'm holding here. And if you time your breath, we'll talk about that in just a second actually. Let me not rush ahead. And then step out. How much time do we have left on this one, Brad?
Less than a minute.
All right, let's finish this up just so that everybody has a clear idea. The goal is to do, I would say, 4 sets, 3 reps each side. The basic breathing pattern is 1 breath on all 3 movements before you settle back down. So, from feet shoulder width apart, stepping together, connecting, rising up, I'm breathing in here, and then I'm breathing out. 1, 2, breathing out on the motion, 3, I step across, I sink to the other direction, and I breathe in. And I breathe out. 1, 2, 3.
Now he just jumped in.
Goes to the side, I sink down, I need to breathe in, I breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Even on the squishy mat, I've still got it a little bit. 1 more rep. Sink down. Breathe in as you rise. Fill yourself up with air. 1. Breathe out. 2. And 3. Back to shoulder width. Sink as you need. Move around a little slowly. Shake it out if you want. That stork exercises leg. And again, I really like that exercise if you feel like you have any imbalances from the ankle to the hip and you want to work on trying to connect those dots again and make those legs a little bit more, balanced. They're balanced. All right? So that's it for today's technique tutorial. If you have any questions about it, please hit me up in the messages or leave a comment. But we need to keep moving through this workout because we're trying to get this show to be over with. I'm trying to keep up with the camera. To be over with by 10 o'clock on the dot if we can. All right, moving on. Who is ready? Who's ready for their planks? I am. Let's get some planks. Thank you, Becca, for your question. That was super helpful. Hi, Jewel. Oh my God, Jewel, it's so good to see you again. Smooth jazz, smooth morning. Yes. All right. Let's get the boxing timer app up. There it is. Again, we're going to do 45 seconds for our plank holds. Got 30 seconds to prep. Maybe I should start lowering that. Yeah, let's lower that. Let's take that 30 seconds of prep down to 15 just so we can get right to it. Right. And again, you do whatever move works best for you. All I ask is that you try your best to hold it and start thinking with intention about the posture and the result that you're trying to get out of it. So for me, that result is a bigger, stronger chest developed through crushing. I decided that I wanted to do this because I knew I would be too weak to really get anything out of bench presses at the time, but I still wanted to build up my pecs and my arms. This is a slow morning, so I'm going to try and breathe a little bit more and talk a little bit less. Feel that squeeze. Create those vibrations. Time under tension. Tension is a tool. It is not the enemy. We learn how to use it. I'm actually going to keep pointing this way so that I'm at least somewhat in the direction of the microphone. So when I do my low plank, I'll still be over here. No flipping back and forth today. Low plank. Stretching out as far as I can. Rocking forward a bit to put more weight into my upper body. It's really nice sometimes to just do these with closed eyes and clear your mind. Today is definitely the granola show. But I think I needed it to be that way today. I know you all can keep up with this. Don't drop on me. It's only the second round. Alright. Because you don't have my obnoxious voice to guide you through everything. Oh, my hips are up a little bit high in that one. Gotta keep improving. Alright, back into that high plank. Push, push, push. The big part of me wanting to work on my chest and my back and everything is I want to develop those muscles that'll help me preserve my shoulders so that I can do more parkour sort of stuff. Eventually I gotta get into pull-ups and hanging. We're definitely gonna be doing that, and here at some point I just need to create some sort of pull-up bar. Push through. Again, Becca, that's awesome if you want to have the bent elbows. I've done that before as well. It allowed me to focus more on my chest. Actually, I think I used to do it that way. All right, back down. We're halfway there. Just checking. Ah, there come the planks. Andrew, I'm going to say something about whiskey.
Let me get my whiskey to prepare myself to face it.
Bro, I'm there with you. What, you think that's just coffee? If you can laugh during a plank, you can laugh during anything. Well, okay, maybe not. But let's just say that for today. And I'm only on the heads of my big toes. Oh gosh, the core. The core. My goodness. We're getting close. We're getting really close. High planks again. Relax however you need to in between. You can always do child's pose. You can do whatever works. All right, high planks. I definitely want to see some photo and video of you all out there of what you're choosing to do for your postures. Write a little story, put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook. Share with us the kind of stuff that you're doing to start your day now that you've had a chance to make it your own. What are you doing? What are you doing to grow into the ideal you? You don't ever have to be that ideal. You just have to aim for it. We definitely put too much pressure on ourselves, I think, especially as Americans. We have to be perfect all the time. And clearly that's not the reality of this country at all. All right, last one. Whatever your last move is, this is your last move. Stretching out and rocking forward and activating. Oh dear, my legs are feeling it today. Could it be the Tai Chi that I did? God, I hope not. Then I'm really out of shape. Almost there, everybody. Just a little bit longer. Hold that tension, grow those muscles. So I'll break that sweat together. Oh, it's a warmer day. All right. And that's everybody's favorite sound, and we are done with planks on the 12th day. Shake it out however you need to. Oh, I forgot turning off the screen turns off the music. Yeah, come on, come back. No, I don't want the YouTube music app. I want 3 hours of relaxing jazz music, background chill out music. What's next on our list? Yeah, you can follow along, it's fine. Decided to put the list up here on the weight bar. We also put up a sound blanket over here. We're trying to do what we can. We're trying to do what we can to make the sound a bit better. So up next is our Kung Fu 4 Basics. Let's go. Oh, but let's refill on that coffee. Hey, Brett. It's time for our favorite shot. We haven't done it the last couple of days. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Coffee! I know that's more than enough. All right, back to work. That's a shot with my like glowing halo behind my head.
It's a zero shot.
All right, let's go into our 4 basics. Remember, if you need a modification, hit me up for a tutorial. We'll look into what we can do to make it better for you. Otherwise, brush floors, horizontal chi raise, elbow to toe, vertical chi raise. Same number of sets, we're not gonna up it today, we just wanna get through today, and that's all right. Sometimes keeping the number consistent and just knowing you can blow right through it, sometimes that's the best method to get something into your routine. Brush floors, I'm gonna step forward with my right foot into my lunging position, activating through here. Knee is not going over toe, knee is staying over the heel. And then when I bend forward and go back, I'm gonna change the breathing pattern up a little bit today. I was playing around with it on my own. I would like my breathing pattern to be that I breathe in behind and out forward. Part of the reason why I wanna be able to breathe out forward is that my body is hitting my thigh. So I want to squeeze the air out. And then back here, my arms are behind me, just like we're doing in some of our other exercises. So I'm opening up my lungs and I'm breathing in and then out. So I'll count on the down and breathe in on the back. Let's go. 10, 10, 10, 10, 40 total. Just keep up with me as best as you can. Ready? 1. Darn it, I screwed it up already. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back the other way. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 40. All right. Let's get going. Let's go right into those horizontal chi raises. Again, top position, breathe in. Bottom position, breathe out. You are snapping back and forth between the two positions. This is Kung Fu. This is Shaolin boxing. This is not Tai Chi. We are snapping with explosive power over a long distance. Breathe in at the top. Again, if you need a modifier, we'll talk, or you can do an anchor leg drop like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push forward with the palms. That same crushing feeling from the planks. And then breathe in to come back up. Almost like doing a pull. Let's do 14 more. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I did one more for luck. All right, elbow to toe. Again, breathing pattern is out on down, in on up. From my top position, I like to put my hands by my side so that I'm always resetting the move. Check step, lower for 1. Let's do this 19 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. So again, even on a simpler exercise like that, that breathing pattern is going to cue us to start circulating more. That's why it's a really great way to start a workout, or it's a great way to start a day. We're building up that circulation. All right, last one, vertical chi raise. Again, deadlift butt. Hands go straight down. It's just like pulling up a deadlift. Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I always like to snap up at the end. That's it. You've done your Kung Fu. Let's move on. Ugh. Shake it out. Get some coffee. Relax. Brush floors are easier on the right than on the left for me. Good. That's a good discovery because it's going to tell you about what your imbalances are. Is it your rear leg that's going to be supporting you? Or is it your front knee that might be a little wobbly? Always, 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 if you're having an imbalance, if one side is less strong than the other, do that side just as much, but do it slower. Focus on the breath. Focus on engaging with all the parts of that system. And that way you're going to start trying to figure out what's actually creating that weakness or that imbalance. You have to treat it like lines of code. You have to actually look for where the little hiccup might be because it's going to affect the whole thing. So it's not just my knee doesn't work as well. It could even be your ankle. It's just making your knee weaker. So when you do it slower and you focus on the breathing, you're going to find those tension points like a good massage. Thank you for your comments. Definitely feeling those planks after all the ones we did with Abra yesterday afternoon. Yes, Abra killed you and you rose from the grave and you came back and fought super hard, Wendy. How's everybody doing? We're like so close to being done already today. It's weird, right? You want to get ready for your Savate holds? I'm pretty sure those are what's next. Yes. Oh, good. You can see the script for whatever it's worth. Again, we're going to take the Savate holds. I'm pretty sure we've been doing those for 30 seconds. Keep them at 30 seconds for the purpose of this video. We just want to be able to get through our workouts efficiently. You can always do, and that's the best part about this being like a morning routine, low impact sort of set. You can always do more of this throughout the day and turn it into a much more hardcore workout. So get ready. I've got my 15 seconds going. I'm going to do one leg at a time. We might even play with some other concepts today. Let's just see what happens. 3, 2, 1, engage. Now I'm going to do my first set with my normal kind of bounce, just so that I'm checking in on what my skill level is becoming. My torso feels a lot stronger. I feel a lot more upright. This is a great complement to doing those stork exercises, leg exercises, because now I know that I've really got control over this high leg and I've really got stability in my low leg. All right. Do a little bit of squatting, or a little bit of bending, or a little bit of opening, or kicking, whatever you want. Just keep those legs going, keep them loose and fluid. All right, to the other side. Again, I'm just gonna start with my basic hold and really focus on my trunk, my posture from my hips up, making sure that I'm not leaning back, making sure that I'm not crunching forward. I'm trying to get my head to the ceiling and keep it aligned over the toes and the heel, over this root leg as much as possible. So again, I should be unconsciously starting to not even think about this leg. It should just be up because it's up. All right. Cool. Again, move around a little bit. We'll do a slight modifier for the second one. We're going to do a little bit of the pumping with the root leg and a little bit of extending with the lead leg, or the kicking leg. So I'm going to pump down and extend my heel. So this one's going to be even a little bit easier depending on what your skill level is. But we're going to start working on doing those boss strikes by bending one leg and extending the other. Because in Savate, when they kick low, all their low kicks are done with a bent leg for more reach. Get a little bit of a workout from that today. All right, to the other side. Because now we should easily be able to hold that chamber up. And even though in street defense and everything like that, they might teach the low kicks first, in Savate for the competition, you want to teach the medium guard first, because then you can drop to the low guard. All the kicks in Savate start from the full high body sort of position, and then they lower from that guard. So I'm working on being able to deceive my opponent by making them think I might go high and then dropping low. Not lowering the foot, but lowering the body, which also takes my head out of reach of a kick or a punch. All right, stretch out those legs. Let's go for that fouette, that whip kick. Let's hold that turned over leg posture. We're just building up our Savate skills if you're down for it. Again, if you need to use a wall or a rope, you can use a wall or a rope. I'm going to just very lightly let it all bounce. It's like my idle animation as a video game character. Oh, yeah. I can imagine myself as a Street Fighter character with my idle animation. We're actually told to kind of figure out what those are if you're ever doing mocap. From the couple of motion capture classes I've taken, training yourself to have an idle animation is a skill. Almost there. If you're like me, you might have felt your back muscles warming up on that one. There's a bow-like curl when you're doing the fouette guard. Again, when we do a Savate intensive video, we'll talk all about that. But for now, think about your core and your back muscles squeezing a little bit, almost like the opposite of your plank. Trying to keep my torso as upright as possible. I like to keep my hands in fists, or at least try and be conscious of that, because I'm training my guard to have a strong fist. Also, if you're a stunt performer, you're told that you have to be a brawler, not a kung fu magician. Whenever you're fighting the hero gets to be the kung fu magician. All right, that's it for Savate. I'm gonna come back down here. I'm gonna grab another pad. I'll just pull this forward. Taking it a bit easy today. Wow, Brett, what time is it?
It is 9:45.
Are we ahead of schedule?
Slightly.
What did I miss? You must have missed something, right? No?
No, you're still going. You're on stretches.
We're just on it. Probably because I haven't been a chatterbox with the audience as much. Rob Richnavsky. Richnavsky, that's like a Mad Max story named Rockatansky. I dig it. Work meeting, we'll finish this all off later. Thanks guys and gals and community. Thank you, Matt, for dropping in. Oh. Surprise meeting at 9:30. Oh boy. If you guys can let me in on what that is later, that'd be great. Those holds felt a lot better today for some reason. Josh, I'd hate to tell you this, but just because you hit a growth spurt 3 years ago and all of a sudden went through puberty or whatever doesn't mean that you're going to stop growing. Ha! I'm a jerk. I'm like the sassy Bob Rogers today. Savate leg holds are easier when I keep my legs a little lower and focus on posture. That's exactly what we're looking for. Again, it's not just the leg, it's the chain. If you're holding your core tight, you are going to be able to hold those postures way easier. Having your arms in tight also engages the core a lot more rather than wibbly wobbling out, trying to gain your balance. This is actually going to help you. Plus, it's going to protect you from punches and kicks on the counters. Savate is one of the best martial arts, hands down, for striking and for building an athletic body. You will move, you will have balance. It is French murder ballet. Combative French murder ballet. That's what Savate is. You will be a deadly, graceful warrior.
Josh just said you're number one.
Oh, is that what he said? Okay, Josh. All right, now that we're done with that, let's just get back into our stretching. Let's finish up strong today and actually come in on time. Preparation round. Get into whatever posture you want to hold for your stretch. For me, that's this open leg position. Spread eagle, as it were. And to one side. Try and feel out that reach. Love you too, Josh.
That's the only emoticon I ever use.
Josh, if the one insult I can throw at you is that you're young, that just means that I'm projecting. I'm just jealous of your youth. I want to absorb it from you and take it for myself. Yes, kill me so that I may go into your body and become you. I'm Palpatine. To the center. What a twist. Where was Mr. Palpatine all along? He was just wearing the mask. In all seriousness though, I'm one of those like 3 people that really likes Revenge, Return, Rise of Skywalker, whatever it is, ROS, those ROUSs. I had fun watching the movie, and I don't always have fun watching Star Wars movies. Oh, did I just lose some nerd points?
And we just lost all our people watching.
Oh, they're all gone? No. I like Rey. I think Rey's a great character. I know that everybody's like, oh, she's a Mary Sue, she's a Mary Sue. And I'm like, so? Let the ladies have their Mary Sue for once. They deserve it. Like, she's also really cool. And Daisy Ridley was awesome. And so were her stunt doubles. I cannot name all of them off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Adam Driver in those movies. I think he killed it. Literally. I think he made that trilogy. I mean, everybody else is great, but I think he made it. Still haven't watched Marriage Story, though. I mean, that's the last thing I want to watch right now, especially being cooped up in a house with people. I like you, but I don't like you. It basically is the plot of the Star Wars trilogy, right? It's like they're together, they're not together, they hate each other, they love each other. It's just all 3 movies crammed into one Noah Baumbach film. Baumbach? Baumbach? I don't know.
For Marriage Story?
Yeah.
It's not Noah Baumbach.
Baumbach.
I believe that's how you say his name.
Stretching with nerds, ladies and gentlemen. Stretching with nerds. I'm not seeing any angry comments yet, so.
Yeah, It's a Seth. I think you're doing okay.
Yeah.
As far as contrarian type things, I think you're okay with that one.
Well, I mean, I'll admit, I get why people hate Rise of Skywalker. I totally do. I just think it was an adventure movie. It was a lot of fun to watch. I think Poe Dameron got to do more. It was nice to see Oscar Isaac actually getting to be more of a character than just a flaw running around. Yeah, they kind of ruined Finn, but that had been happening since the end of the first movie.
Becca said they used a shot with the stunt double, but Daisy Ridley actually did that jump over the TIE fighter.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta use the cleaner shot. Didn't I share that? I shared that article. It was an Adam Driver article, but I shared it. It had her in there too, I think. Or it might have been a separate article, but I think it was the same one. Alright, we're almost done with the stretches. Cooling down, chilling out, getting ready to chat and have a fun rest of our morning. Very relaxing today with this jazz music. Maybe I should get more into that. Just breathing, letting go, getting that flexibility on. And that's it. Shake it out, move around. We've got a few minutes. I'm just gonna come off the mat. Still moving my legs. I don't want to just take them back to being static. Put some energy into them. Do a little Cossack dance. Kicking around. Rising up since we've got the time. Yeah, all right. Don't need a timer anymore. Got our coffee. Let's chill and chat. Who's still in here? Check in and say hi.
We got Sauron says 9, but we never know.
Why didn't they just use the Eagles, man? Why didn't they just use the Eagles?
Don't ask people that. That is actually a big long answer.
I know.
I never read it, but that's too much.
One does not simply walk into New York City anymore.
Not anymore.
No, that's going to be changing soon. Oh, he brought the mood down. My goal is to be the Ryan Reynolds of morning routines and just troll everybody constantly.
Adriana did a thing. I don't feel like hitting C more.
Oh, I will. That felt great. We still have some time. So, encore. Let's everything do one more time. Let's everything do one more time. All your base are belong to us. There's an article about that. Yeah, Becca's replying to the Eagle. Why the Eagle? We will start having nerd chat discussions off the morning routine. Before we close out the morning routine, would you all mind if I asked you the community Q&A of the day? It's going to piggyback off of the last one. So yesterday's was, who is one fictional hero, I should have said fictional character, that you look up to that inspires you. Today is, who is one real person who you look up to and inspires you. Now, obviously, everybody's going to say my mom or my dad or my grandparent, a family member. But I also want you to consider somebody outside of that realm, somebody who does exist in real life, who has actually done something that is meaningful to you and that you can kind of glomp onto as an example, somebody that they're real. What would you do to try and meet them? I'll give the example first this time because I feel like that'll set up the prompting a bit better. Yes, my mom is like my hero because she gave everything for us, etc., etc. I'm not glossing over it. I'm just saying that's an obvious one. She always thinks that she did like a horrible job as a mother, but here I am reaching out to everybody, trying to do my best in the most boring apocalypse ever, as Brett likes to put it. I'm a go-getter. I'm a survivor. I really learned that from my mom. She did not quit while we were kids. She just kept going. So that's where I got that. Now, real life heroes outside of my parents, I'm probably going to pick two, just to be very brief. One of them would easily be, right now at this point at least, Arnold Schwarzenegger, just because even though he has some flaws and not the most perfect career ever. Again, go-getter, hard worker, built a bunch of stuff, and I at least think he's being honest about it when he says that he wants to give something back, that's the purpose of his wealth. I believe that. I think that he's the kind of person that got clout so that he could use it. Does that mean he's perfect? No. He's got tanks in his backyard. Guy's a little bit nuts. But I think all things considered, he's probably one of the least harmful celebrities that we've got out there right now. And then, of course, I'm always going to say Gerard Way, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, also a comic book artist, the man who's responsible for the Umbrella Academy being a thing. Someone who really understood confronting depression. It took him a while to get through it. We're talking like an introverted little kid, that grew up drawing cartoons, around his grandmother and eventually becoming a huge arena rock star, even though he wasn't known for being like the greatest singer of all time. Just having that kind of bravery is a huge thing, and it's always inspiring to me. So who are your real life heroes? Who would you like to sit down with a cup of coffee and ask 3 questions of if you had the chance? For a second I read because Becca replied with the Eagles, and I was like, Don Henley? I can't remember all the band members' names. That's a my mom question. Please share with us who matters to you. Well, I mean, not who matters to you, but who inspires you. Real life heroes. Anything coming in?
No, not yet. I'm guessing give them a minute.
I think this was a very private answer. Do I need to ask these questions before so that people can think about them rather than being put on the spot? Maybe I should make the audience Q&A at the beginning.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you think we should ask the question and give you 45 minutes to think about it as to 45 seconds. Still waiting on some answers. Personal real world hero. I would have loved to speak with Nelson Mandela. I know this is like an off-color joke, but is he alive or dead?
I don't know if they'll get that reference.
I'm pretty sure they will. I'm fairly sure he has passed away, though, in real life, right? Very long time ago. Wait, was it a long time ago or was it recent? Caitlin, any reason for that other than me making horrible jokes at a great man's expense? If Bruce Lee was alive, I would love to train with him, work with him. He would be a tremendous person to spend time with. Penelope, I think that's a really great one. Yeah, I guess we could say it's a real life person, not alive or dead, or alive or dead. I do eventually want to stress that you should think about this person, hopefully someone that is alive, only because you want to mindset the opportunity of potentially meeting them. But that is a really great goal. Maybe you should try and meet Dan Inosanto. After all, he was Bruce's best friend. He died in 2014. Thank you, Caitlin. Again, bad off-color joke. I'm way too zany today. Please forgive me. But what would be a reason? What would be a question or something you would like to ask him? Anybody else? Real world hero. I'm being way too salty for a morning routine video, I think. Becca, come on. Throw something at us. I'm waiting for you. You're the one with all the crazy. He rose to power after apartheid with a heart of forgiveness instead of hatred. Yeah, absolutely. I love that, Caitlin. I was kind of talking about it yesterday with my fictional hero. Compassion, even in the face of absolute insanity, is one of the few things that's going to save us as a species, I think. And he definitely did that. I need to read more up on him. Thank you for sharing. I think that's kind of part of the point of why I ask a question like this, is that if we share each other's real world heroes, we might look up their memoirs or even just read a Wikipedia article and know when they actually passed. Honestly, Abra keeps popping up in my head, but I think you want someone that we don't know. Oh my God. That's so sweet, Becca.
Becca's never met
No, Becca has trained and done fight scenes with
Okay.
Abra, but that's really sweet. I'm sure Abra will love to hear that. I might have to screen capture that comment and send it to her. No, I definitely mean someone that's probably currently out of your reach. I think, yeah, we need to kind of parse down this question to be a little bit more directed. Someone who's potentially alive. Okay, I don't know why I use the word potentially, but someone who's currently alive and someone who is just currently kind of out of your reach, but you could goalify the idea of talking to them someday. I would really love to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've met Gerard Way. I burst into freaking tears after waiting in line for 8 hours. Thank you, Abra, for being patient and doing that with me. But definitely, I've met Clint Eastwood, but I think I also need to find somebody that's a little bit more. Something like a Nelson Mandela is a really great answer, and I'm not at that level yet with my own consciousness, so I need to work on that. I looked up to Johnny Depp a lot, even though he is a flawed. He's still talented and human. Yeah, I mean, I worked with him. He was fine. His wife at the time was also fine. At the time. Yeah, I worked with him on Black Mass in 2014, and that's my one story about working with Johnny Depp is we did a fight scene in front of him to show him what it was going to be. We did the rehearsal, we showed it to him. He's in his Whitey Bulger makeup, at least half of it. He walks up to us, he looks at us, and he goes, "Hey guys, that was badass." And I was just like, "Eee." Yeah, he seemed fine to me. I think he's just probably been going through a lot. I mean, his last couple of movies haven't really taken off either. But hopefully he's exonerated now. So we can at least be assuming that he's flawed but not unforgivable. All right, any last answers? We're going to wrap it up now. We're only going to 10:05 today, which is really impressive. If you'd like to stay in chat in another time, we are going to start talking about how we can do extra chat community sessions outside of the morning routine. Those will not require Brett to sit here and go crazy with a timer. But we'd love to expand the community and communication process to other parts of the day for those that can't join us this early in the morning, especially on the opposite coast. Before we wrap up, I am obligated to tell you all that we do, in fact, have a functional YouTube channel that has all of these videos uploaded currently, almost all of them in HD, now that we figured out the technical issues, including Abra's workout from yesterday. We also have a shadowboxing tutorial video that's just a quick follow-along workout with some narration. You can watch it through once, play with it, and then go for it on your own. It even has a built-in timer. And we've got lots of fight scenes on the YouTube channel. All this content is also on our Facebook page. I will be getting to those comments in just a minute. Please like, subscribe, share, click the bell, get the notifications. We really want to build up the YouTube content because we're also going to be building that into, we haven't really announced it yet, but since you all are here with us in the morning, we are going to be building a Patreon account for Saga Action Arts so that if you would like to help support us, we can show the world what kind of support we're gaining and gathering, and we can also share each other's content and create new content with your support. As you can see, we've worked really hard to upgrade the studio. We really want this to be a functional television show on YouTube or on Facebook or however we do it. And we really want you to be a part of it. If you have any interest in supporting us between now and when we finally get the Patreon up, you can hit us up and ask about our Venmo. If you cannot give anything, just please share. We're not asking for a handout or anything. We are going to give this content away for free until the end of time. Which I hope isn't too soon. Let's not jinx it. But we really appreciate your support just helping us build the community. Remember, you can use the hashtag #SAGA Community to tag your own content on Instagram and add it to our pool to show the world what we're all doing together to be our best heroic selves. I'm going to look at these last couple of comments since you all gave us your time in writing them, and I'll read them out for the audience.
Everyone just got it.
Wow, yeah, people really went for it. I also want to meet Malala I am not going to try. I don't know that name or that person. Caitlin, you are way more educated than me. I would ask her how we can make education accessible for gender questioning in the Middle East. Dude, you are like a straight legit badass. I'm Caitlin, thank you for being a part of my community. You have so much respect for me. I'm gonna look that person up today. Joshua, I'm gonna go with Keanu Reeves. He's just had an interesting career and also seems like an awesome guy. From all accounts, I've heard he is like one of the best people to work with in the industry. And he just does seem really cool, Josh. And I think that's a good guy for you to aspire to be like, you know. Just keep your goofy hair to yourself. You don't have goofy hair. You're fine. I'm just picking on my little brother over here, okay? Adriano, as an artist, I had the luck of meeting most of my comic book artist heroes, Will Eisner, Bill Sinklewitz, Neil Adams, Frank Miller, Paul Pope, a lot of people. Comic-Cons, comic book events, they're easy to kind of get to. But it's really cool that you got to actually talk to them, and the fact that you're really an artist as well must make those conversations even more meaningful. And they always inspire me by the artistic training and discipline to deliver a page a day and get stuff done. Yeah, page a day. Look up the mangaka guys from Japan, okay? Tell me what you think about them. Page a day. No, but seriously, comic book artists are like, they're hard freaking workers. People think it's a joke, but those guys are working their butts off all the time. Let's see. Socially, I'm a big fan of Martin Luther King and Gandhi for being able to move people into social justice without the use of violence, which I believe, end of day, brings more lasting results. I absolutely agree with you. See my answer yesterday about Bash the Stampede. AOC, this is what Becca says. AOC, Alexandria Cortez. She's not afraid to stand up to powerful men and fight for what's right. And I think she's in the right time, in the right place for that spotlight. And I think it's good that we have someone like her. I personally feel like hopefully in the next 10 to 20 years or so, someone like her gets to keep moving that knob forward a bit, and that our population in this country might catch up to some of her ideals. I don't necessarily agree with everything that's going on in everybody's head right now with all the politics, but I do think it's really important that we have some sort of progressive forward momentum, and I like the fact that she represents that. I don't know if I agree with everything she has to say, but I like what she represents. Sorry, not 2014, December 2013. Caitlin, it's okay. You forgot. We all forget when that happened, apparently. I'm making a bad joke, I swear. See here. Met Dwayne Johnson, but working with him is my next ambition. Definitely a hero to myself and many, a great human being, very honest and down to earth. Penelope, the fact that you got to hang out with The Rock. You win all the points. That's awesome. Caitlin, yes. Penelope, such great people. Everybody's listing really cool people today. I think The Rock's a really great one, Penelope, also. If you've ever listened to any of his motivational speeches, look up The Rock $7 on YouTube or something like that. I can't remember if there's a speech really named that, but essentially he busted his knee, got thrown out of the Canadian Football League, wanted to be in the NFL, had to go home in a pickup truck with only $7 in his pocket. That's the story that he tells. I think it's really inspiring because a while after, but now he's like one of the top movie stars in the world, and he's the guy that more or less tried and almost succeeded, I would say, in taking Arnold's mantle. And Arnold even tried to pass it off to him in the rundown. All right, that's it. We're at 10:10, so we went a little bit over, but it was all the community chat stuff. I really appreciate everybody giving us their answers, their feedback, their responses. If I ever say anything that kind of puts you off a little bit, please accept the fact that I'm flawed, I'm human, I have my own opinions on things and everything like that, but I really genuinely do not ever mean any insult by anything that I say. I don't think anybody in our community has a toxic personality. The few things that I've posted politically on my own Facebook timeline the last couple of weeks, the second anybody starts talking conspiracy theories or going crazy, I just unfriend them. But if they're not in my echo chamber, I think it's important that we at least hear some people out with a little bit of compassion. It's up to you to decide where you draw that line. But I'm here honestly making jokes and trying to entertain people and connect with people. And sometimes I make a joke because I just don't know what the truth is. I don't have all the information, and maybe I'm just making a joke out of my own ignorance. And if you ever need to correct me on that, you are more than welcome to. So my apologies to Mr. Mandela for making a odd cultural meme into a joke during our conversation. But really, thank you all so much for today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Please share this stuff on your timeline, check out our YouTube channel, and hit me up if you have any questions. There is no other show. Oh wait, no, there's a skill development session show at 7 p.m. tonight. Abra and I will be teaching some of the SAGA Action Arts curriculum. If you'd like to join us for that, it'll be right here on Facebook Live. Until then, hit us up in between, email, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and we will see you tomorrow morning for episode 13 of our morning routine.